So what does myofascial release do? So is it different from massage and physiotherapy?
Yes, absolutely. With myofascial release, what we do is we assess your whole body. So if you come to me for an appointment, I have you stand in front of me in bra and underwear so I can really see the body.
Stress or trauma, how do you think how much impact it gives for the body?
Physically, emotionally, energetically, can hold so much, which is...
Is there a technique that we can do, not myofascial release, we cannot do on our own, but still if a person want to try healing, what is the one thing or one technique that you tell people?
I'll actually, before we do the technique that I'd like to do, I'll tell you that we can do myofascial release on our own.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
Yes. And then start to connect with the physical center of you. And for some people, they know exactly where that is and what that feels like. Maybe they have an image or a color that comes to mind. And for some people, it's like maybe the first time. So usually it's somewhere in the lower belly, in the pelvis, farther back in towards the middle, maybe in front of the spine.
Welcome to today's episode. Today, we have a special person, Deirdre. I'm so happy to invite her to our series, and she is a myofascial release therapist and somatic experiencing practitioner. I'm so happy to welcome Deirdre once again.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Deirdre, tell us about yourself, like how you got into myofascial release.
Yes. I have been doing myofascial release for about 11 years now. I've become an expert level therapist. And before that, if I back up a little bit, I used to work in international marketing in a company that was growing very rapidly. I was traveling a lot and it was really a lot of high pressure, high stress, and I was really starting to get burnt out. And I thought, I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Okay.
So I went to massage school in 2014, and all throughout I was wondering, what is it I'm going to be when I finish massage school? Because it's very basic, and I wanted to learn a technique that was really going to treat the body holistically, not just like, okay, your shoulder hurts, look at the shoulder, but like look at the whole body, look at the mind, what's going on. And so very soon after I graduated from massage school, I got a brochure in my door about myofascial release, and I thought, this is interesting. It talked about treating the body holistically. It talked about the fascia. It talked about the emotions, and it really piqued my curiosity. So I signed up for 3 seminars because you got a discount. So I said, okay. And I went to these seminars, and within the first hour, I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. I just knew it. Yeah, it was like, okay, here I am in the right place now.
So, come on, Deirdre, a lot of us, we are not aware of what is fascia.
Yes, yeah. So fascia has been known as the connective tissue in our body, but more recently people are starting to talk about it as the constitutive tissue, as it's what we're made of. And so physically it is a network of microtubules, so these tiny little tubes like fibers that are completely continuous throughout the entire body.
Okay.
It's everywhere. In the past, there was a thought that it just was the wrapping around the outside of the muscles. But now we know that it is not just around the muscles, excuse me, it's around every single cell of the body, brain cells, nerve cells, bone cells, blood vessels, it's everywhere.
Okay.
And these microtubules, they are surrounded by a gel. It's called the ground substance. And when we have a trauma, whether it's physical, emotional, surgery, accident, injury, anything like that, major or minor, what happens is the ground substance, the gel of the fascia, it starts to become dehydrated and hardened. And what that does is it starts to put a crushing pressure on those microtubules, which are around your nerves, your blood vessels, your muscle cells, the brain cells, everywhere. And so we get this crushing pressure and we start to have pain, disease, dysfunction, our emotions get stuck. And we start to experience all these different symptoms in our life.
So what does myofascial release do? So is it different from massage and physiotherapy?
Yes, absolutely. With myofascial release, what we do is we assess your whole body. So if you come to me for an appointment, I have you stand in front of me in bra and underwear so I can really see the body. And then I assess, where does the body look like it's pulled out of alignment? Where is an area that is restricted, that is hard, that is hot, that's tender. And then I also listen to your symptoms. I listen to your history of what your experiences in your life have been. And I use both the visual analysis, a physical analysis, and my intuition to tell me where we should start.
Okay.
And the actual process of myofascial release is we apply a gentle pressure into these restricted areas of your body.
Okay.
And then rather than like massage or physical therapy, which can be more exercises, we put a gentle pressure in and we hold it for at least 5 minutes. So that can be via compression, via shearing, via traction.
Okay.
And that 5 minutes, that element of time is really critical because what it does is it allows that gel, the ground substance that has become dehydrated and hard, it starts to melt, rehydrate, and then become much more fluid. And so that takes the pressure off of all these fibers.
Interesting.
Which takes the pressure off the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles, etc. Yes. And the reason that we check your whole body is, for example, you could have a restriction here in your hip, but you could have pain in your shoulder. And if we only address your shoulder, we're just working with symptoms and we're not really getting to the root cause of where is this actually coming from.
Okay.
So when we look at the whole body, I can see, oh, there's something going on there in the hip. And it seems like it's you know, it's all connected. So imagine it pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls.
So there is a pressure here.
There's a pressure here and it's causing a pull here, which is where you experience the symptoms. But if I don't address this, we miss the cause. So working here will then actually release this and it'll take the pressure off the shoulder.
So
for
all
example,
these you do by visually?
Visually, also by touch. So I can actually palpate the tissue and feel, oh yeah, it's thickened, it doesn't move well, it's hot or it's tender to the touch. And very much I use my intuition. Because, you know, Rajaselvam, he's a wonderful Indian man and he is one of my somatic experiencing teachers. He talks about our 4 bodies. We have our physical body, we have the emotional or the energetic body. We have the
life force.
Exactly, right? Universal changeable body. And then we have the universal unchangeable conscious body. And so the physical touch is operating absolutely in this human body that we have, but that's not the only body available to work with. And so the intuition comes in where my energetic body communicates with your energetic body, communicates with the universal. And there's so much information there. So I'm open to that, receive guidance and information that way. And so a knowing will just come into my head, oh, you should work with her knee. And I don't know why. It doesn't make any logical sense, but I trust that information, that intuition. I go there and it's always right. Always. There's always something to be learned there, to be felt or to be released.
Interesting. So stress or trauma, how do you think how much impact it gives for the body?
Oh, it can be huge, you know, and
because many of us, we used to think only accidents or any physical injury can can be a reason for the pain.
Right. But no, it can be so much more than that. You know, our body physically, emotionally, energetically can hold so much, which is, I actually think of it as a testament to how capable we are as humans, to how resilient we are, despite all of the things that happen to us.
Yeah.
We still are continuing to live our lives, even if things are hard or even painful, you know. So we have this great resilience as human beings, which is just, it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
It really is moving. Any experience that is, as Peter Levine from Somatic Experiencing says, too much, too fast, too soon, or too little, for example, too little care, can be traumatic to us. And what I mean by traumatic is our system, our nervous system, our body can feel overwhelmed. Our nervous system is always scanning for threats, for safety. It's like, where am I right now? Am I safe? Am I not safe? Am I safe? Am I not
always
safe?
firefighting.
I don't want to say firefighting, but I want to say it's just alert. Like, it's like watching, okay, is this safe? Is this not safe? Now, sometimes we do get stuck in firefighting. And our system is like, but where's the fire? Where's the fire?
Yeah.
Right? Our system scans the environment and we perceive a threat. Our system wants to defend us against that. It is always trying to keep us alive. Many times, and the response to the threat is to defend ourselves via fighting or flighting or getting the hell out of there. Okay. But so many times, especially when we're younger, we can't. Like if we're in a place where our parents aren't taking care of us like they should, or there's some bad situation, there's not much we can do about it as children.
Yeah.
We have to live in this house or this community or this environment. And
absolutely.
you know, sometimes there just is no possibility to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
So what our system does is it puts a freeze in so that we don't feel how painful this is, and it helps us survive. But the energy we would have used to fight or get away, it gets stuck under that freeze. And so to our bodies, it feels like that threat is still present all the time. It has not completed, and we're still trying to fight against it, or we're still trying to run away from it, even 30, 40, 50, 80 years later. With the somatic work that I do, what we do is we help the body to recognize that now we're here, that the threat is over, that we have survived it. Sometimes we need to complete the defensive response, like we need to say, I hate you, that we couldn't say as a kid. Or we need to physically act out the act of punching somebody, or we need to physically have the experience in our body of running away, so that can complete and our system can come back to here and now. And back to your question of, it's not just physical injuries that cause physical pain, but having to hold that defensive response inside our body for decades sometimes.
Even childhood traumas.
Absolutely. Even actually in utero, before we're born, or a very early childhood, that all can stay with us. And it takes tremendous energy to keep that locked inside our body. And we have to work really, really hard, and then we can start to feel fatigue, exhaustion, physical pain. And even though like the doctor says there's nothing wrong, or we haven't had any kind of physical injury, but it's something from the past that's still with us. So it can have a big impact.
So somatic experiencing, does it experience from the nervous system? Yeah,
exactly. It is. So somatic experiencing works with the body's nervous system, which is the system that where we want to be is in, like I said, in this kind of scanning, it's in this relaxed readiness. So it's like right here, right now, if we take a look around the room, it's like, it's pretty safe. It's you and me. There's no threat. So I can be relaxed. I can be present. I don't need to be tense and anxious. But if somebody should walk in the door, my system will respond, should respond. And go, oh, what's that? Oh, it's just someone coming in. And then back to relaxed. So that's where we want to be, ideally.
To be safe, to be calm.
To be safe and calm when appropriate, and to be able to respond appropriately.
Correct.
Also, if there's some novelty or a threat. Because many times when we were younger, especially for females, it was not appropriate or allowed for us to express ourselves fully. You know, girls should be nice and good and not seen and not heard and don't cause a fuss and all that kind of stuff. And then if a threat appears in our adult life, we can kind of assume that persona of fawning, everything's fine, nothing's wrong, but we're actually inside we're like, whoa, this is not okay. I don't like this. I don't want this. But we're not able to respond because our system has this learned in the past. How you survive these situations is you fawn, you behave nicely, and you'll get through it. So we want to be able to access appropriate responses now as well, where like we can say, no, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that procedure. No, whatever. How you speak to me is not okay.
So it all comes internally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I also read in your blog that you say, even though mind forgets, body still remembers.
Right.
So
absolutely.
even though if we get out of the childhood trauma or something, do you believe that body still remembers? It was so interesting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we will encounter a situation today, now in our life, that feels like something that happened in the past, even if it's something that we don't remember from many, like for example, in utero, right? We don't have memories from then, or we don't have, but the body, the fascia, the nervous system remembers, even if your conscious mind has no memory of that. And today, it feels like, oh, wow, this feels like that back then, even though we don't consciously know it, the body reacts all of a sudden I start to get very anxious.
Yeah.
Or all of a sudden I feel very angry and really triggered, even though what this person said to me is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it's because the body is like, wow, this is
because it's already
just like
stored
that.
inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the kind of good news about that is that you can work with what's happening physiologically in your body right now, today, and you don't need to know what exactly happened back then or when it happened. You can work with the physiology. I feel my heart starts to pound. I'm starting to sweat. Whatever the physical symptoms are, we can work with that and resolve it so that you can again come back to this kind of relaxed readiness place without ever having to know what happened. And also it's really important, I think, to say that you don't have to rehash and talk about and go through every single detail of whatever traumas have happened to you. In fact, that can be re-traumatizing. It can keep us stuck in a loop when we go and talk about it and go through it. It can be very painful, feel very scary, very overwhelming. And many times it's not helpful. It keeps us kind of stuck there. With somatic experiencing approach, what we do is just even think about what happened in the past, and then see how your body responds right now. Oh, my heart starts to increase. I feel cold.
Sometimes the
breath rate changes. The shallower, etc. Many things like that, and we just work with that. That is physiologically what your nervous system's response is, and you don't have to go into all the details. You don't have to talk about what. Anything.
Just observe.
Just notice what's happening in the body. We don't have to get into the story, because so many times the story, it pulls us out of our body as a protection. Actually, it's like just stay out here in the story, stay in the mental kind of regurgitation of it, and don't feel.
Deirdre, does it not like experiencing it once again? Or what do you think? Is it heals or it just like
I know
experiencing the same thing again?
No, this is not a regression therapy where we go back to the past. This is very much a here and now, what is happening in your body right now. And it's really important actually that
to acknowledge that emotion and to get out of it.
Exactly. But to be present here and now, because many times I'll be working with someone, they're having some kind of bodily experience, and I say, how old are you? And they say 7, and I say, no, how old are you right now?
Oh my God, I have seen this in movies.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I'm 44. And I'm like, that's right. And they're like, oh, I'm 44. And something comes back and they're like, oh yeah, I'm not stuck there. I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, that is some part of their body is like, oh, that was then and this is now, and now I'm safe. And you'll see this like your relief.
Telling your nervous system that you're completely okay now.
That's right, because it's finished.
It's finished.
Exactly, yeah. But sometimes the system doesn't realize that. And that's where we kind of guide people to help them to be like, oh yeah, I'm actually here. And I know it sounds so simple, but
it's not easy. Yes,
it's quite amazing when
quite amazing,
that like the penny drops and the person's nervous system believes that they're safe. Yeah, it's amazing.
Sometimes tears roll out.
Absolutely, yeah. It can be. It can be very emotional, very moving. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
So, how do you think breathe or movement helps here? Because a lot of people, see, I'm a yoga teacher. I always tell people to experience it, to breathe and movement. And
yes, absolutely.
But I want people to understand, or I want you to tell how this impacts movement or breath work impacts in healing.
Yeah, absolutely. The breath is movement. Yeah. Right? You know, it's and it's something.
And movement is life.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And as people start to come back to more here and now, you will see an aliveness come back inside of them. Right? They come out of freeze, out of all the protection they had in the past, and you see people literally coming back to life. And that's even a kind of a mantra I have people say sometimes. When I see that aliveness coming back, I have them say, which is from Peter Levine, I'm alive.
Yeah.
And they will just say those words and just be utterly moved. Like, it's very, very beautiful. So the breath is a really wonderful tool. I know in yoga there's all sorts of pranayama and wonderful things you can do with the breath. I think that's phenomenal. We use it. There's different somatic breaths that you can do that can help to modulate the physiology. So it can help to upregulate, because you need to have enough activation in the system so that you can have the release happen.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody is more prone to be kind of fatigued, depressed, in a more freeze kind of state in their system. Sometimes you can use the breath to increase the fire, basically, to build up the activation so that they can move past it. And sometimes we use it to settle. And to calm the body. And we use it, we do a VU breath where you make a VU sound and it can vibrate the organs.
In yoga, we also do Om.
Om, exactly, So they're very similar approaches, and that can have a really regulating effect, and it can move energy as well.
That's great.
Yeah, exactly. And then in terms of movement, you know, in somatic nervous system work, we look at these various different channels. We look at sensation, the physical sensations in the body. We look at image, the people, I see a picture of when I was 5 years old, or I remember my grandmother and this lovely memory or something. We look at behaviors, which is these spontaneous movements the body makes. It can be very interesting to watch someone when they're talking about this past thing that happened, and you see the fist is like,
even like, the jaw clenching.
And the jaw clenching, and right, or the eye gaze, how it gets very intense. And it's like, let's just slow down, pause, and feel what the body is spontaneously doing, and explore that. And it can really bring awareness to maybe there's some anger held or whatever, and we can help to release that.
Is it good to cry?
Sure. Crying is a release. However,
a lot of people doesn't understand. Maybe even gender also plays a role here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Men should not cry.
Yeah, right.
There are a lot of myths.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff around that I could talk about. One is that many times for women, crying is acceptable and rage is not.
Yeah.
As we're kids, right? Like, so if I'm so angry, it's like, stop now, stop. But I'm really sad. Poor thing, come here.
Yeah.
And so many women have a limited capacity within their system to actually be with their anger, to be with like healthy anger.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not okay. Or, hey, I'm upset about this.
So is it good to express?
Absolutely.
Whatever the emotions.
That's right. Yeah. In an appropriate manner.
Correct.
Right? If we're exploding at everything. Yeah. But if we're like, hey, that's not okay. I feel angry about that. That's appropriate.
Yeah.
You know, anger is our life force.
Yeah.
But if we as a child in our family, in our community, in our culture, traditions, anger was not allowed and crying was much more accepted, we can have a hard time as adults accessing the anger, and we can, every time we get angry, we collapse into tears.
Yes. Very true.
So that can be a pattern that's actually not helpful. And I work with people, and it's literally, you see like, I'm angry, tears, and we work to just expand that, so that they can be a little bit longer in the anger before they go into the tears. So crying is good. It's a release, but sometimes it's a pattern that avoids feeling something else. And the same with men. It can be the opposite. Just let's be very kind of traditional gender bias or whatever, you know. But men, it's often okay to be rough and tumble and show aggression, but it's not okay to show tears. Exactly. And so it's the opposite. Men can easily access their anger, their kind of assertiveness and that, but they don't so easily access the tears. And so that can be the work for them to see, can they spend more time being vulnerable, allowing that emotion to come, so that they can actually feel the tears and have the release as well. So crying is wonderful, and also it can be something to work with. It can be both.
So likewise, stress, trauma, childhood memories, everything. If a person has problem in their life, what are all the signs that body or mind shows that they are getting stuck or they need some kind of help? Or
it can be many things, you know, from everything where it's like fawning is a really common thing that people do, which is where it's like appeasement, people pleasing. Like, again, it's where you don't have access to your sympathetic nervous system, your forward drive. So instead of speaking your mind and saying, well, actually, this is what I want, or this is my opinion about this, we go, oh yeah, whatever you think is fine, that's fine. And we shove ourselves down. So that can be a sign. It can be physical pains, especially a physical pain that is ongoing for a long time, that is not necessarily related to a particular injury or surgery. But surgery can be traumatic, of course, as well to the body. Some of the signs after that can be like, I feel kind of like I'm not really here, like I'm not living my life, I feel absent, which can be like a freeze response in the body. We can get stuck in hyperarousal, where we're like, I can't rest, I can't sit still, I have to do something all the time, I have to go if I stop, because if I stop, to my nervous system, it feels like death. So I have to keep going. And then of course we get burnt out. Or the opposite, we can have hypoarousal, where we go into this kind of collapse state. I don't have any appetite for life. I'm depressed. I'm just struggling to get through the days. I don't have social connections, that type of thing. Or we can vacillate very quickly between both. We can be hyper, I'm go, and then I collapse into this like chronic fatigue, and then I get a surge and I go, and collapse again. And so the symptoms can show up in relationship, it can show up in our physical energy, physical pain, how our mind, our thoughts race, things like that. It can be many and varied.
Is there a technique that we can do, not myofascial release, we cannot do on our own, but still if a person want to try healing, what is the one thing or one technique that you tell people?
I'll actually, before we do the technique that I'd like to do, I'll tell you that we can do myofascial release on our own.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So you can tell people like,
exactly.
We can follow it and we can take a step to heal ourselves.
Absolutely. In fact, I teach all my clients how to do self-treatment.
Good.
Because I really believe in helping people to help themselves. Absolutely. And giving people back their agency, that they are in charge of their lives and of their person and their future. You know, I don't want someone to become dependent on me. That's not healthy.
Yes.
You know, I want to empower someone to help themselves. And then in the future, okay, maybe you need to come and see me again for a session. But it's really about empowering people to live life, and when the bad things happen, they are able to deal with it and get through it.
Fabulous.
So there's on my Instagram, I have a lot of myofascial release techniques that people can check out. Absolutely.
So people can contact you, and I think this kind of thing is very needed for the society, because this helps people, this helps healing, this is something much needed, I think.
It is,
There is no shame in contacting a therapist, or it is not. People are still hesitant, Deirdre. Do you believe, like, people are still hesitant to show up to a therapist, to talk about our problems. People are still hesitant.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I'm from Ireland, and it's very kind of shame-heavy culture that I come from, where we kind of keep all of our things inside ourselves, and I'm self-sufficient and I'm okay, even though inside we're really, really struggling. And absolutely, the antidote to shame is sharing.
Yeah.
You know, and to share in community. And the more that we normalize that we need each other, that we need help, that we can't just do this alone, the more we will heal ourselves, and we'll bring that out into our community as well.
Yes.
So absolutely, yeah, I think being able to step forward and ask for help, it actually, rather than being shameful, it usually empowers all the other people around you to do the same as well. And they're like, oh, thank goodness somebody said it. I feel the same.
Instead of being stuck in the same forever, we can at least go ask for help.
Exactly. And there's a fear, you know, shame is associated with the fear of isolation. I'm going to be isolated, excommunicated. My family, my people will think, oh my goodness. But in fact, I think when we are honest and we bring it forward, it actually fosters connection rather than isolation.
Yeah. Do you do it online also?
Yeah, I do online sessions. Yeah, absolutely. On Zoom.
People can get in touch with her for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, as you said, self-healing. Do you think our hormones, our nervous system, it also stores good emotions, right? We talked about stress, trauma.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our life, only 10% we would have experienced something negative, and 90% there is something to cherish, and there is to...
That's right.
There is to admire the world.
Yeah.
But do you have any techniques to remember all the good things and then...
Yeah, for sure. Let's do a little technique we can do right now. And just before we do it, a comment is that I often work with people, I almost always work with people, not only on the traumas that have happened, but also on expanding their nervous system's capacity for joy.
Oh.
Because so many times we have been focused on the bad things that have happened, like you said, and we haven't allowed ourselves to develop the capacity to be with joy.
Yeah.
And if we feel it, we can just be there for a moment, and then we go, oh yeah, but don't forget about all these terrible things, and everything was awful. And so we need to work to expand the joy as well.
Is it like something we choose? We can be sad forever for the one thing that happened in the life, or we can still choose peace, happiness, joy, right?
We can choose it. However, we really, it's like if we have had to survive some really hard things, our system gets very wired to, okay, be over here, be always on the alert in case the bad thing happens again. And if we say, okay, now choose joy, our system is like, are you crazy? Okay. I don't know if we can survive that. We've been over here in the hard stuff and we've survived that, so let's stay focused here. So you can choose to start to build your capacity to be with joy little by little.
Expand the nervous system.
Yeah, exactly. Expanding it. And the more you expand it little by little, so it's like, it's not about, I'm going to be the happiest person ever, but it's about maybe small moments of gratitude.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so grateful to be here with these people today.
Yeah.
Wow, I love my cup of tea. It's so good. And it's a little moment of joy. It becomes more and more safe and familiar to your nervous system, and it can be in the joy more. So it's not that it's a very clear-cut choice that we can just go, oh yeah, I'm going to be here now. Because usually we can't be there, can't tolerate it long enough.
Yeah.
But I'm always a little bit every day. To just, some small gratitude practices can be really helpful. But let's do a little technique that I love. This technique, it's a centering practice. And many times when we do a centering practice, we go inwards and we kind of center within ourselves. But we don't operate in isolation in the world. Right, we are connecting with people all the time, whether it's on the bus, at the grocery store, at work, at home.
So mind is somewhere else.
Right, and so what I wanted to show you is this practice where we can be centered within ourselves and in connection with people at the same time. Okay. So that we can be with us and be with others.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we can close our eyes. And hopefully you're sitting comfortably. And just feel your feet on the ground or we have nice cushions. And feel the chair under your bum and behind your back. And just feel that kind of containment and support of the physical structure that's holding your body. And then start to connect with the physical center of you. And for some people, they know exactly where that is and what that feels like. Maybe they have an image or a color that comes to mind. And for some people, it's like maybe the first time. So usually it's somewhere in the lower belly, in the pelvis, farther back in towards the middle, maybe in front of the spine. And it doesn't have to be anatomically correct. Some people see a circle or a light or any kind of image there or a color. Just start to connect to that area, that very physical center of yourself. And then slowly, as you are connected to that area, start to expand your awareness just a little bit farther out in your body. So maybe a little higher into your belly, a little bit lower down into the top of your legs, as you maintain contact with your center. So be in contact with your center and then a little bit more out into your body. And if you lose it, just come back to the center and then start over again. And now move a little farther. So again, maintaining contact awareness with your center and bring your awareness also farther into your body. So maybe up into your chest, maybe down as far as the knees, the backs of the legs, the backside of your torso as you maintain contact with your center. So you're centered and expanding your awareness. And if it doesn't work straight away, that's okay. This is a practice. So we just continue to practice over time. It'll get easier and easier. And now again, coming back, maintaining contact with your center and expand your awareness even farther. So down into the feet, out into your arms, up into your head, as you maintain contact with your center. So we feel our center and we feel our whole body as well. And again, if you lose the center, you just come back, feel it, and then start to expand your awareness again. And now we're going to slowly maintain contact with our center, keep the awareness of the whole body, and slowly start to open your eyes. Just go slow and see. It's usually a little more tricky when you open your eyes to maintain contact with your center. So you just go slow, come back to the center if you lose it. Yeah. That's it. And then keep in contact with your center. You start to orient around the room. So use your eyes to just start to look around the space as you maintain contact with your center. And see how it is to be with yourself as you take in the world as well. Just go slow, keep coming back to your center as you start to look around. And then if there's someone else there, you can make contact with them as you feel your center. And it's this really lovely way to be with yourself as you start to connect with somebody else as well.
I feel so good.
Yeah, I know both of us just went, I felt our systems just settle. Yeah.
Wow. I feel so different and
yeah. What do you notice?
I noticed that I'm more aware of my body, where even my bones, my nerves, I'm just noticing it and observing it. At the same time, I'm aware of the room that I'm in.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Feeling it like kind of a full refreshment.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's when our system is like, oh, I'm here, I'm safe. It is refreshing. It's like, oh, that's great. Yeah.
Wow. I think this one session is not going to be enough because we can talk more about our body.
Absolutely, I would love to
know about our mind, our happiness, our emotions. There is so much to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to
observe.
Yeah.
People now in the modern technological world, they don't have time to observe their own emotions.
Yeah.
I think everybody must do it. And thank you so much, Deirdre, for the beautiful conversation.
My honor.
And we must do more sessions for the people.
Yes, I would love to. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.